Hi, hello, and other such nonsense. This is Sleep Deprivation is Magic. Magic. Buckball season, it looks like.
Sports, Pony.
Rainbow.
How much you want to bet it's a Rainbow Dash episode?
Could be an Applejack. I mean, she's got that thing going too. No, it's totally a Fluttershy episode. Totally Fluttershy episode.
But Fluttershy, why don't you like sports? Everyone likes sports. No.
Alright, now you've made me so I can see it. I can see the fully viewed episode.
It's like, how many times are we going to do this? Fluttershy, why don't you like X? Everybody loves X, you know.
Yeah.
In this last, the Halloween thing, everybody loves getting scared. It's amazing. Doop-a-doo. Everyone loves being pranked. Boop-a-doo. Yeah, everybody loves sports. Boop-a-doo.
Before we start writing the episode, before it starts, we should probably push play.
Fluttershy in the background is just sitting there staring at everyone like, y'all. Applejack. Apples. Applejack. Apple.
Oh.
What you doing?
Fucking that up, that's what she's doing.
Well, I was practicing my distance bucking.
Distance bucking? What for?
Because Cousin Brayburn and the rest of the Apple family in Appaloosa seem to think that their team can beat Ponyville at Buckball.
Grumpy Applejack.
What? That's ridiculous. No pony beats Ponyville. I mean, I could beat the whole town of Appaloosa at Buckball with one wing tied behind my back.
Rainbow.
Somehow staying upright with only one wing flapping.
I was hoping she was going in a circle. Just tried that.
I can count on you to join the Ponyville Buckball
Also,
team?
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if those apples are okay if
I've just got
she
one
could punch
question.
through a wooden target with them without them splattering.
What's Buckball?
Rainbow, how do you not know a sport?
Because
So
it's probably not
basically,
played in
Buckball is the coolest game
Tulsa.
ever. Offense, defense, teamwork, non-stop action. It's got it all.
And no flying.
Well, Rainbow Dash, you sure seem to know a lot about this game. I've never even heard of Buckball.
Yeah, I'm kind of an expert.
An expert who hadn't heard of the game either until I told you.
Well, it's a new game. I probably know more than most ponies, so that makes me an expert.
I don't know anything about it at all, but it sounds like there's a ball and bucking, so I'm betting it's...
Pinkie Pie being involved in a sporting event just
Point
seems
is,
like it's
my
going to end
cousin
poorly.
Brayburn somehow convinced a Pegasus and a unicorn to come play with him on the Appaloosa team.
What?
He can't stop bragging about how his team is gonna beat ours.
But, we don't have a team.
Well, between Applejack and me, we've got 2/3 of a team. All we need is a unicorn. That's where you two come in.
They know we're not unicorns, right?
Obviously.
I mean, Pinkie Pie almost
You're gonna be
qualifies
on
for a
my
unicorn,
team,
though.
and
Yeah, straighten that hair
Fluttershy's
out.
gonna be on
Whole magic
Applejack's
power
team.
she still got.
We'll play against each other, along with whatever unicorns want to try out, until we find the best one.
Oh!
You could ask.
That's a relief because I left my unicorn costume at home.
I'm surprised she doesn't have one stashed behind a tree somewhere.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you are here
Oh
because
my gosh.
I told you what
Hello,
an
background
amazing
ponies.
game Buckball is. And even though it's already an Apple family favorite, most of you probably don't know
What is-
anything about
what
it.
is with-
So I thought we'd give you a quick demonstration.
Pinkie, what the hell?
The two Earth ponies are on offense. They
Pinkie,
meet in
what
the middle of
the
the field
hell?
for the buck-off.
I'm
They
impressed.
both try to be
but
the
not
first
surprised.
one to kick it.
And the Pegasus is on defense. She tries to keep the ball from going in the goal and passes it back to the Earth Pony on her team. Just give it a little kick, Pinkie.
Why don't they ask Twilight?
Oh, I get it.
And all the unicorns have to do
Fluttershy
is
is
float
worse
these
goalie.
here baskets around the outside of the field and catch as many balls as possible for their team. You two get the idea?
Absolutely. Oh, I don't know. That ball moves pretty fast.
All right. Now let's see which of you has what it takes.
I like the long-haired unicorn in the back.
What do I do?
When the ball comes towards you, catch it.
Okay, just try your best, Pinky. I have been doing this a lot longer than
Oh,
you.
I feel sorry for the one Pinkie Pie's aiming at.
Nice kick.
What?
Right safe, Fluttershy.
Okay.
That was cute.
Coming your way, Pinky! Hey! This game is easy!
Ooh, it actually is kind of fun.
Fluttershy's
Where
good at
did
sport.
Pinkie Pie learn to buck like that?
And all of the
And
unicorns,
Fluttershy's spinning
all of the
tail
unicorns are
catch is
panicking.
pretty amazing.
Okay.
She's
Well, let's see what the rest of you can do. Now, don't expect to be able to beat me twice in a row.
Well, hello there, Mr. Ball.
she's using her long tail Pinkie-like powers.
Hurry along, butterflies, before that ball comes and hits you.
Never.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Let's see what the rest of
How
you
many
can do.
more of you are going to panic? Okay, that was pain.
Like a look.
Definitely not.
Why would you? And that was a fail.
Oh, never mind. I don't like her anymore.
No.
Nope.
And no.
One
Guys,
left.
you've
This
got
didn't go how I thought
two
it would.
unicorns that you hang out with constantly.
It sure.
Why is this a difficult thing?
Game's a whole lot
I
more
don't care,
fun
but
than
this
I
is
thought it
adorable.
would be.
Thank you, Pinky.
Seriously as much fun as I thought it would be. A whole bunch.
Carrying my
No.
water, my water,
Oh my
my
God.
water.
No.
Carrying my water on my shoulder pole.
Oh my god. Balls!
Amazing.
You should be more careful with these. You could lose them.
Snails, can you float one of those
Why?
baskets over here?
Sure. What do you want me to do with it?
Catch.
What?
Anything else?
What?
Wow, Snails, you're a natural at Buckball.
It's a good thing, too.
Stands
We
there
already
like,
have
yeah, whatever.
unicorns.
Do you think you'll be ready to play
not
with
here.
Applejack and Rainbow Dash against the Appaloosa team?
I guess I'll
The
find
unblinking
out.
stare was what
Plus,
made
after
that.
I deliver this water, I don't really have anything else to do.
Well, Snails, with you on the team, Ponyville is one step closer to crushing Appaloosa.
So where's this? So where's this
And
gonna go
after
wrong?
today, it's pretty clear who the other two players should be.
What do you mean? I thought you and Dash were gonna play.
Yeah, if
Pinky,
you're
your
not crushing
hairdo. I don't even know.
Who is? You two, obviously.
I can't take
You
Pinkie
want
Pie seriously.
Us to play Buckball
I mean, you
against
normally
Appaloosa
can't, but like
instead of
even more so
you?
now.
That's incredible! Unbelievable and incredible? Come on!
I can't explain it, but you two are really good at this game. And if it means beating Appaloosa, I'll give either one of you my spot on the team quicker than Granny Smith can core an apple.
Applejack and
I'd normally be so pumped
Rainbow
all of
giving
Ponyville
up
was
their
counting on me
spots.
to win,
What?
I'd run right over the competition. But you still flew rings around me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just having fun.
Well, you can have all the fun you want as long as it's while you're beating the hide off of Brayburn's team.
I do like fun!
Honestly, the game was a little scary at first, but once I got the hang of it, I had a pretty good time.
Let's get this party!
It's like playing paintball. It's all
All
fun.
right.
It's
But
all,
if we
it's all
really
terrifying
wanna
until you
beat
take a hit,
Appaloosa,
and then after you take a
we're
hit,
gonna
you're
have
like,
Fluttershy. Did you mention there's gonna be an audience?
Serious?
oh,
Serious how?
Pinky, what the,
With serious practice.
what?
Oh, good grief.
Wow, this looks pretty intense.
Well, duh! You two are gonna be representing all of Ponyville, and more importantly...
Just stack the pressure onto Fluttershy. It'll be fine.
That's why, before we leave for Appaloosa tomorrow, you two are gonna practice just as hard as we would. So let's hop to it.
No.
Snails already has
Guys,
a
if they can
start on you.
already beat you without any serious...
What the? What?
He's just
Okay.
like, yeah, whatever.
If you want to win, you totally got to get this drill down.
I do?
She doesn't need to do that because she has a different method with the ball than you.
Training montage with a lot of really interesting facial expressions here.
It's all about ball control.
Well, yes, it is.
Ready? Go! Come on, faster! You don't want Ponyville to lose because he can't get into high gear, do you?
Dashy, quit being a pain in the ass.
What the?
It's just Snails is just sitting in the corner meditating on a pile of
Being
buckets.
able to buck a ball into a goal from any direction is the most important thing in the game.
If you say so.
Keep it up! Just one miss will ruin the Apple family's Buckball reputation.
She can get distracted though.
There's the quit laying the pressure on you, twit. And thank you,
Snails.
Snails, for being
Come on,
whatever it is
push,
you're doing over there.
push!
Thanks, Ringo.
Come on now! Every shot is for Sweet Apple Acres, and me, and Dash, and all of Ponyville!
Leave. They're already better than you two. Quit getting on their case.
Come on now!
Well, they're gonna be all tired out for the next day. Congratulations. We already had this problem once.
Keep it up!
Does that look like a catapult?
I do believe that was a catapult.
It's okay. That's okay. Headshot.
What in the apple happened to those two?
I don't know. They mopped the field with us before.
Because they don't do
Alright,
well
that's
under
it for today,
pressure.
Phew.
I thought practice was supposed to make us better.
Maybe we just need a little rest.
Or a whole lot of it.
Just be sure to get your heads in the game before tomorrow. All of Ponyville is counting on a win.
So we're looking at the don't be an asshole to your friends because you want them to do something, or
I really don't want to let
Different
Applejack and
people
Rainbow
do
Dash down,
different
or
things different
anybody
ways.
else, but
I don't
after
know.
that practice, I'm not feeling very confident.
Maybe we weren't that bad. I guess I was hoping you saw something I didn't.
I know our friends want us to win, but how can the whole town be counting on us if most ponies have never even heard of Buckball?
I know. How can we disappoint a pony who doesn't even know we have a team?
Or that we're gonna play Appaloosa.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry.
Oh,
I'd be surprised if any
shoot.
pony in this town cares about this game at all.
except that
Oh,
wow.
of course.
Well, there's Berry Punch, Lyra, Bon Bon.
Whoa. The whole town really seems to care about this game a lot.
I get the feeling that I'm gonna have this. There's Derpy.
Yeah, I see.
I have the same feeling about Snips and Snails I'm gonna have about the CMC, which is they're fine when they're separate from each other.
I think so, actually.
We kind of went around town and talked up the team a little.
Yep. We wanted to make sure you two knew that all of
You guys
Ponyville was
are
behind you.
terrible at this.
Great.
I hear the whole town's already planning a parade for when you get back after
It's
whooping Appaloosa. That
Still
should
really
feel
bad
pretty
at
good.
this.
It should.
Totally. Just spend the whole ride to Appaloosa thinking about every pony cheering for the victorious Ponyville Buckball team. I bet Princess Celestia even comes to congratulate you. If that
And
doesn't get
Fluttershy
you in
fainting?
the zone, I don't know what will.
I don't know what zone Rainbow Dash is talking about, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to be in it. Do you?
Hey, you two are supposed to be in the zone. You see, the thing is, thinking about every pony, thinking about us, there's just no way. There's no way that we can get in the zone because the zone sounds like a horrible place. We are
What?
terrible at
Fluttershy, your facial expressions are all over the place.
Wow.
That was
something.
that was.
I'm still okay with playing in case you were worried.
I don't get it. They're naturals. Why wouldn't they want to play anymore?
Maybe us telling them how much every pony was counting on them messed them up somehow.
Where's Bun Bun?
Crazy
Where's
talk.
Lyra? Where's Lyra?
Having ponies depend on you is exactly what you need to focus.
Get serious and play hard and
Get ready to totally smash the competition and...
You guys.
And none of that sounds like Pinky or Fluttershy.
There you go.
Yeah.
guess not. We got so wrapped up in what's important to us, we went and ruined what was fun about the game for them.
What do we do now? Pinky? Fluttershy?
We know you're in here. Well, we've looked in every other car on the train.
Maybe you need to look again. Because we're totally not in here. And we're definitely not in here if you're gonna try and make us play against Appaloosa.
Or any pony else?
Oh, we're sorry to let you down. But it's better to do it now than during the game against Appaloosa.
You don't have to play against Appaloosa.
We don't?
Nope. We're gonna take your place. So you don't have to worry about that at all.
Why didn't you say so? But we can't take on Brayburn and his team without any practice. So we need you to play just one more time.
Against us. Now, I know we mixed up the teams
Insert
before,
random.
but since Dash and I really need the practice, we'll play against the two of you.
Oh, I don't know how much practice you'll get against us. We've been playing just awful.
Don't worry about it. Applejack and I just need a little workout.
Yep, you two just do your best.
I can do that.
Snails.
There we go.
Looks like you two really do need practice.
Thanks,
that was-
Fluttershy. Jeez.
That was kind of.
You know, I feel bad now because we said it's like we were joking. It's like it's gonna be a Fluttershy. It wasn't Fluttershy. So. It's getting harder. It's a lot of hair. Poor snails.
It smells like gosh, so funny.
If you need more practice, we
What
can
happened
keep
to
going.
them?
Yeah, I can do this all day. No thanks. Playing against you two is just as humiliating now as it was when we weren't trying to show you how awesome you are. Wait.
Ball.
Finally!
You must have noticed how you aren't bad anymore.
Oh, yeah. Weird.
But, why were we so terrible before?
I guess some ponies thrive on pressure, and some ponies don't.
I love the
And
lesson.
even though we weren't playing, we were treating you like us, which totally stressed you out.
And that just sucked the fun right out of the game for you.
And having fun is what makes you really, really, really good.
But being good doesn't matter if we're too afraid of letting ponies down.
Yeah! What about all those ponies back in Ponyville counting on us to win?
I'm sure folks want you to win, but not if worrying about it makes you miserable. Winning's
That
never worth
probably
that.
80% of them have no idea
How
about
do we
this
keep
game
from
at all. They're
worrying
just
about it?
doing the whole.
You could do it,
City
I do
pride
it, not
thing.
think about it. Seriously, I don't think about anything. Ever.
Okay,
What is
hold on.
that?
Bouncing goal from Pinkie Pie. The score is tied.
You guys are amazing! Rayburn is really good. So is that Pegasus. Oh, I don't know.
Pegasus is also like the size of
You
both
know what I
biceps.
would do?
Not think about it.
Not think. Oh, yeah, that.
And as long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter if you win or not.
I think it's more fun this way.
She has the Rayburn.
Wins the football. But her shot rejected.
Seriously.
Back to Brayburn, whose kick stopped by another Fluttershy save. Next
But-
point wins. Lots of tense back and forth here. Fluttershy unleashes her patented spin move, but Brayburn's there to... No! It's Pinkie
Doink.
with a somersault kick! What a move!
So that's a
Holy Bill!
that's a Pegasus the size of both biceps that appears to be female, but I
Yeah.
can't tell you one way or the other.
What's with...
Looks like you three made quite an impression.
Well, cousin, I have to admit, your Ponyville team played a pretty good game.
Good game. We bucked the hubs right off of you.
Yep, you sure as shooting
I don't
did.
know who that is on the
Well,
right,
I'm
but
gonna
I...
have to get
but
real
this is an impressive
serious about a
character
strategy for
design.
our rematch.
She looks very angry.
Oh, I wouldn't get too serious. Yeah, every pony knows the secret to good buckball is just having fun.
Everyone shrug. Look at each other in confusion.
That was good.
Okay, so just snails over that whole thing. It's just fantastic.
I don't think about anything ever. That was a Fluttershy. That was a bunch of episodes actually, but definitely Fluttershy episode of all things. Didn't expect that.
I still don't know why they're like, we need a unicorn, so we're gonna tryouts. You've got two.
Well, 1.5.
You've got the Princess of fucking Friendship and OCD equals maximum as your two choices.
Well, I can see that Rarity might not be good at it. Honestly, it's Rarity, so... But... Twilight? Might have been overkill, to be honest.
Just imagine Twilight just standing there reading a book.
Yeah.
I've read all the rules on Buckball. Oh, here we go again.
And I like seeing all the unicorns from the town try and get balls thrown at them, and that just didn't work well.
Like the one that's just like, I'm gonna do my makeup right now. Like
What the hell?
you're kind of in the middle of something. I mean, seriously.
One guy got hit by the ball, is like, oh, fuck.
One guy gets hit by it, one guy just misses it, kind of completely. And I love that while like every other unicorn is like running around in circles, like kind of acting out their magic, Snails is just kind of standing there, and the ball and the bucket is just kind of randomly seeking the ball, like whatever, that's fine, don't worry about it.
Snails. Oh, I never thought I'd like Snails in an episode. Never.
Well, like I said, I get the feeling that he's got the same shtick going.
He's great when he's not with Snips.
Yeah, as the CMC, which is like as a group, only like one in every 10 episodes or whatever actually has them be like acceptable. But individually, they're fine.
It's amazing because they had an episode where they made us actually like Diamond Tiara, and now we have an episode where we liked Snip or Snails. I'm like,
well, see,
I never thought I'd do that.
See, the reason why we why it changed around to where we like Diamond Tiara instead of hating Diamond Tiara is actually one very simple thing. It's a transference, because we come to realize that she's not who to blame. It's her mother.
No, she's built. It's. They found a way. I am impressed with the writer's ability to change our perception on a character that we thought was unchangeable.
Well, I mean, we got Trixie and Starlight Glimmer as well.
Oh my gosh, this Church of Sunset Shimmer. That was a change around.
Well, Starlight Glimmer and Sunset Shimmer, both.
Oh my gosh. Us going from one season of one movie of the end's like, oh yeah, sure, she's not evil anymore, to best character ever. But yeah, anyway, back to the episode. Pinky's hair. And actually Fluttershy's hair. Fluttershy had Pinky capabilities with that hair.
Pinky's mane in the dual bun thing was just wrong. That's not an attractive hairstyle on anyone.
I actually like the hairstyle. I have to say, no, I like that on her.
And then Fluttershy suddenly being like, I can block things with my tail. Woo! It's like, all right. I don't know where that came from, but
I guess she's good at catching small animals in it. I mean,
haha, tail trick.
Yeah. I never thought I'd see a sports episode with Fluttershy. I just like, what?
And the facial expressions throughout the whole thing.
Fluttershy's freak out was amazing.
And Fluttershy actually losing her mind and just getting pissed.
Oh my gosh, that was another good episode.
I like that one. That was really good.
And they had a nice lesson to teach. It was good. Came off well.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't corny. Wasn't pushed or forced.
I mean, okay.
It was a tad obvious. It was a tad obvious.
Well, it was kind of forced because it's. So I'm feeling kind of like that the writers are kind of just looking at a summary of other episodes and deciding, well, this hasn't been done before,
so let's do it.
As opposed to actually, do you even watch that show? Instead of actually watching it and being like, well, it doesn't make sense for this character to do this, because it doesn't make any sense anymore for Rainbow Dash to do a lot of what she does, because a lot of it has been covered already. But because it's not the main focus of an episode,
it gets glossed over.
It's these side things where she keeps getting told that she needs to basically stop being a pain in the ass at times. And that not everybody likes what she likes, which this kind of still falls under. I mean, we had the entire.
This is more. I see this as more a side off to that same thing. Yeah, it's the same idea, but it's put in a different light that could easily be missed.
Well, but what I'm saying is that it sounds like that characters are kind of like slipping backwards. Because the writers aren't paying attention to the rest of the show, and they're just looking at
possibly.
I want to convey this lesson. How can I convey this lesson? Has this lesson been conveyed before?
I see what you're saying.
It's like it has been. It just hasn't been the primary focus of an episode, and so it gets kind of. So we go in and we reiterate it, and we spend a whole episode on something that was not necessarily something that was needed.
I guess in some ways, to me, I'm actually okay with them doing that sometimes, as long as it's not forced. And when I say forced, I mean it's been shoved into the plot so hard that the one episode is a mess because of the lesson.
Well, I mean, we spent 10 minutes going around in circles here on the in the episode of the.
Oh yeah.
Guys, think of everyone. We already know that Fluttershy is shy. Pinky not operating well under pressure is kind of new, isn't it? She seems to be the kind of
It was a different aspect of it. It wasn't so much the pressure for her, it was the expectation for her to do well. She hasn't done well with that in the past.
Okay. But it's like, we've already been shown some of this, and Rainbow Dash and Applejack being like, this is what you have to do. We've had other sporting events, people. We've done this before. But
still, to me, it flowed well in the episode, though. Is what I love. I'm glad that the lesson flowed well.
Yeah, it's like it was. It's still a decent episode. It's just a good episode, actually. Not just passable, but that was actually pretty. I actually liked that one. Because Snails was hilarious, really.
Oh my gosh, Snails! Don't judge a pony by its cover.
Well, it's like the comedic timing of like Snails just being there and doing something is just perfect. He's just walking comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine because it was well done.
Finally! Slaps the thing on top of the ball.
Got it!
It's a big change from him trying to rev up an engine to get his horn working from the Trixie episode.
Yeah, he seems to have improved in magic.
Yeah, a little bit. Here's the thing. Before this episode, absolutely despised Snails.
Well, okay, the thing is that I understand why. And it's not just because of where we've seen him normally in the show, because where we've seen him normally in straight My Little Pony, he's just kind of been wandering around as a dopey little... The big thing here is that the last time we saw him in any significant capacity was in Rainbow Rocks, where him and Snips were rapping, and rapping causes you physical pain.
That's true.
So
that could be that's
I think that otherwise he would be one of those characters that just kind of, fusses about in the background, and you don't really care too much, but for you, because he was trying to do that whole rap thing,
in physical
pain, it went straight from we're gonna be kind of indifferent to I despise this creature.
That could be. There was other reasons early on in the episodes too that really stood out. But now I like Snails. I'm happy with him. Great character. Happy to see him in anything now.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the guy that just kind of putters along and does his own thing and doesn't really get too deep of thoughts. And
I don't think about anything ever.
Just do what I do. Don't think about it. No, really, I don't think about anything ever. Okay, all right, man. I mean, we believe it, but
that's all I feel. Another problem I used to have was his character model felt wrong to me. It feels like his character model didn't bother me as much in this episode.
They might. Well, with the fact that we haven't really
seen them very much.
When was the last time that Snails was actually in the foreground in regular My Little Pony? It's been a while. I think that when the animators decide, when they got the script,
Confidential?
This is going to be maybe, yeah. Yeah, because of the whole gum thing. And yeah, you're right. His character model seemed a lot more like, words have failed me at this particular juncture, excuse me.
I think they might. I'm going to check
aesthetically
this later
pleasing,
on.
I think, but
I'm checking it later on.
Yeah, either that or it's just because he actually has more of a personality now instead of just I'm dumb and we're moving on. That makes it feel a little bit less of like, oh god, this guy again, kind of a thing. So we automatically kind of feel less hatred at the character model. Or it got revamped. I mean, though his cutie mark still gets me every time. It's just a snail with this look on his face, like what? Oh god, what is going on? I've seen some shit.
But yeah, this was a great episode. I loved Snail's Nut. I loved Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie, even though her hair was crazy. Rainbow Dash and Applejack giving up their spots in a sports event. Holy crap!
See, that was a step forward. Which was all right.
Yeah, I can say that's impressive. They were willing to admit they were not better than these two. That's kind of big.
And after admitting that that the other two were better than they were, they didn't get like
crazy over it.
They didn't get really upset. I mean, I would imagine that is part of the frustration. Probably is what also lent itself to the whole like training montage moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right. Fascinating struggle.
But no, I liked it. We have a random sport that's never existed before that is I don't understand. It seems like okay, so the Earth Pony is the one that's actually hitting the ball. The Pegasus is the goalie, and the Unicorn is the goal.
The Unicorn has to catch the ball.
Well, right. So does that? So that seems to me like your unicorn would be trying to circumvent the goalie by moving the bucket around.
No, they were.
Well, it didn't really seem like it though.
If the ball ever goes past the goalie, it needs to go in that bin, no matter where it goes past the goalie at.
Well, right. So does that mean that the unicorn can't do anything until the goalie has clearly missed it?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'd see you could easily see like the bucket being moved, over to the side, up and around. I think
it has to be on that spot, that part of the field, beyond the first circle, and as long as it's back there, it's okay. But they can't move it in front of that section.
Yeah, that would explain it because there was the circles on the ground.
Yeah, so if they can't go into the inner circle, then you have your team's goal on their side trying to catch the ball.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
They need a bigger field, though. I think they need a bigger field.
Giant Pegasus, female, bulk biceps. I don't even know.
Yeah.
The other
that unicorn.
The unicorn for Brayburn's team she seemed like a very angry creature.
Yeah, she did. He or she, I wasn't quite sure.
She.
Alright, muzzle, you're right.
Yeah. Because there is a physiological difference between the stallions and the mares.
No, not that snails would help you figure that out.
Well, no. But him and Snips have very unique character models, which is one of those things.
Thankfully, a little less unique in this season from first season.
Well, actually, I think it was more that they're more unique, or that he's more unique now, because he seemed... It was like they just had a character, like a single, like a flat character trait of like, okay, we want him to be, aside from the pair of them as dumb, they also wanted like, okay, so Snips is short and fat and
tall and skinny.
Snails is tall and skinny, so they made him like absurdly tall and skinny, and it was disproportionate, which caused the whole thing to look really janky.
Now it looks better.
And now they've actually fixed the proportions on him, so he actually looks, like what you would assume a tall, lanky unicorn would look like.
That doesn't think much. Smart! He's smart, but he doesn't think much.
He's got good instincts.
I don't know who he was bringing that water to, but it tastes like ball now.
Why does this... I got this rubbery tang out of the... Oops. My bad.
Alright, I just realized we've gone on talking about this for like a very long time. We're at 43 minutes.
So we are. Yeah, we haven't had a good long ramble in a while.
Yeah, we have.
At this point, we're legitimately like rambling into the corner without anything really going on.
We've analyzed this episode to death.
We've analyzed this episode as far as we really analyze episodes, which
actually is, from what I've heard from the comments, we analyze really well. Most people just go over like the plot and such. We go over like every single scene, every single character event, every single action ponies take, and what that means.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, we do. We go very thorough.
I always operate under the assumption that we did less than other people because we didn't get into these like long discussions of like, well, the animation was blah da blah da blah.
No, usually the animation...
It could have been better and blah da blah da blah.
Yeah, that usually takes like 10 minutes at most for even long-winded ones.
Because like I don't know, I always figured that like people who were actually like analyzing or whatever just got to the point where it was like so technical it was just really dull.
Mm-hmm. So, ours isn't dull, and we really get in detail.
Well, glad to hear that.
We go into we do details that other people wouldn't even bother talking about. Like, oh look, Fluttershy's hair and Pinkie Pie's hair, and we go over facial features and talk about how awesome they're.
Facial expressions everywhere.
All right.
It's been happening more and more these last seasons and episodes, but goddamn if it's not still entertaining to watch them just like the Fluttershy
go crazy on us.
Fluttershy's like psychotic break there for a moment, or
holy moly,
Fluttershy's skeptical face for Discord.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we should take a tip from snails and stop thinking. And
we probably should do that. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna call it here, guys. So, good night, everyone. Sleep well because we haven't.
Nope.